What's up guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to install tow hooks on a 2007 through 2013 Chevy Silverado. And if you guys want to know where to pick these guys up, you can get them on Amazon for only $54. These are OEM tow hooks, brand new. I will leave a link in the description below this video for you guys to pick up some of your own if you need. You will need a 18mm socket and ratchet if you have one. Otherwise you can just use the wrenches. You're going to want another wrench as well so that you can hold both sides so the bolt doesn't spin when you try to tighten it up. I don't have 218, so I'm using a 19mm as well. It's a little bit loose, but it still works. If you guys are using American tools, I found that 3/4 inch is what is going to be closest to what you want to use. It's going to have a little bit of play, but if that's all you have, then that's what you can use. When you order these, you get the tow hooks themselves, and then you get a bag with some bolts and nuts. Both the tow hooks have the same form factor, and it doesn't matter which side goes where because this long leg is both on the left side for both sides, where there will be 2 bolts going in. So I have my truck on some ramps right now just so we have a little bit extra space underneath the truck to get under there, because we will have to get under there. Here's where the tow hooks go. They go in the front. There's 2, one on each side. This is where your tow hook is going to slide into, and it's totally personal preference if you want to keep those plastic little lips here. I was planning on cutting them off with a razor blade, but the tow hooks do fit in there without cutting these off, so I think I'm just going to leave them. Getting the tow hook inside there is really simple. You want the long leg here on the left side, and it will just fit in there. You're going to make sure that it's flipped this way so that the angle is downwards. It needs that angle to stay level when it's coming out of here. So now that we have that just slipped in right there loosely, we're going to grab our bolts and go to the underside. So what we need is one of these long ones with the nut and one of these short ones as well. Here we are under the truck, and you can see my finger from the outside. We're just gonna line these holes up. Once you have those holes lined up, you're gonna put your bolts through there and then tighten the nuts on. So the long bolt goes in the front hole, and then the short bolt is gonna go in that back hole, because the long bolt goes all the way through and it sticks out back here, as you can see right there. So the long bolt gets the nut on the back side, and you can just spin it on with your hand until you can't anymore, like that. You're gonna take the small bolt, and there's threads in the tow hook on this through this small hole, so you're gonna want to thread that short bolt on until you can't anymore with your hand, and then just use your socket wrench to tighten them up. And for the long bolt, you're gonna need your other one to hold one of the sides so the whole thing just doesn't spin. I was having a little bit of trouble threading these nuts on the bolts, because after I went for a while, it got like really hard for the nuts to go through, and it felt like the thread was off or something. I think it's just because these threads have little dents in them and stuff. So if you guys do have this issue, put it in a vise like this and then screw it all the way through and then back it back off. But what this is gonna do is it's going to thread through those threads and clear out the threads. If there's anything misshaped about them, it'll kind of just reshape them and make it easier, so when you're under the truck, it's not as hard to tighten down. You can see the change in color on the thread from where I threaded this all the way down to right there. And after I threaded it through on the vice grip, there was a powder stuff like in those threads. I just blew it out. I think that definitely helped because I just put this in all the way tight and it went through a lot better. I think it kind of just breaks off the paint that they have on here. You can see there's like a silver kind of finish. Running that nut through kind of just breaks that paint down, and it makes the nut run a lot easier when you're under your truck trying to tighten it down. Make sure you tighten these as tight as you possibly can because, well, first of all, they're made for heavy duty load. You don't have to worry about breaking them or bending anything because they're made to have a lot of pressure and weight pulled to them. You just want to make sure that they're completely tight because the nuts don't have any type of locking, anything to lock them. It's just a single nut, and you just want to make sure that it's not going to come loose. So my end result for this driver's side is that, and it feels very solid. So now we're just going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when we're finished. There they are. Looking good. Alright guys, here's the finished product. So if you guys liked this video and it was helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.